Welcome back to the Oi Rio Pro. We are live from Saquarema, Brazil. 27 minutes, 55 seconds on the clock. The lineup is 5 seconds on the clock. The lineup is stacked with surfing superstars Michel, Bourez, Connor Coffin, and last year's big star of the show, Yago, Dora.
A couple of top seeds, but I'm pretty stoked about the fact we've moved down to this end of the beach. Obviously, a little bit more high-performance wave. Wave of sort of, it allows that air game to come into play, some big barrels on offer as well, but some great surfing from the get-go.
I think there, it's, you know, that one turn that you always got to keep doing, you know, no matter what, the free surf or on the heat. So, you know, stuff like that Yago just did right now, you got to have that on your heat. You know, it's not everyone that feel comfortable doing that. So. Yeah. You know, that's one thing that I love to do.
Please do not let me surf against this guy. Is there a couple people that you just do not want to see in these first or second rounds?
Well, you know, there's, you know, those contests that you've been watching that surfer, you're just like, wow, he's surfing good. He's, you know, like that guy to beat, you know. So it depending on the conditions, but you know, I always feel like, well, you know, if it's Mick or if it's Gabe's, you know, those really tough guys to beat, I love that. I love to perform, you know, like under pressure. So, but yeah, there's always, you know, that one guy that's like, wow.
At the world title, I mean, it's, you know, it's something that every professional surfer wants. How important would that be to you to win that?
Yeah, for sure. That's the goal for everyone. But, you know, it's that one thing that you got to put a lot of hard work, you know, really focus on it, and that's what I'm doing this year, and I'm putting a lot of hard work, and I want that trophy.
Yeah, they're wrapping it up real quick.
We won. What do you want to do? You know, like just make sure everything was clear. So we did that, and I think right now the scale, it looks pretty good, looks pretty solid. You know. But yeah, it's, you know, I think this KO being a little lower than the last few years.
You're kind of looking over the edge at the, you know, the surfing that we're seeing here with guys like Michel Bourez throwing hacks like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to look at the biggest scoring rides. Obviously, Felipe an 8.6 in the first heat of the day, and it was just purely maneuvers. Yep. And then you look at John, which was a tube ride to that big front side hook into the lip. You know, obviously the power base still really relevant.
Frustrated there. This is Connor Coffin's potentially first real score. He's just sitting on a 1 and a .20. So now Connor Coffin feeling a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back waves. Looked like Yago had a clean line to start that wave.
Griffin talk about, you know, you're looking for the ramps, you're looking for those waves, but if they don't show up, you've got to go back to basics.
Now Bourez throwing haymakers with every turn. So 2 quick snaps for the Tahitian. So I like that 3-wave set right there. You saw different looks from each surfer. Connor Coffin really didn't have the opportunity. So now it'll be interesting to see the scores between Bourez and Yago.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, Michel Bourez, we talk about the power that he has, and I think that's the point of difference there. Just the amount of effort he puts into each maneuver. You know, we call him the Spartan for a reason, and right there, you see how much water gets thrown out the back of the wave.
They're going to heat right back up with Yago Dora on his backhand, cranks it off the bottom. Big arcing snap to start this wave off. Another big upside down vertical snap. Trying to find that third section. Kind of whips it out.
That next turn, Yago Dora, I think the goofy footers out here, a little point of difference. They can go a little bit more vertical. But Yago on his backhand has got that ability to mix it up. There's that vertical turn. A lot harder to do on your front side. It's more of a carving maneuver rather than that big vertical snap. So
watch, or do you do everything to look away?
I do watch. It's impressive. So you've got to make sure you watch what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, he's, as we said, one of the more powerful guys. And you've got to take note, right? I mean, you know, you've got to keep an eye on your opponents to see what they're doing.
The Dora's score comes through at 5.4. Matches that with a 5.33. And here goes Yago again, up and down. That wave just screams past him. So Dora now in the lead. That 5.4 and a 5.33. Bourez in second, needing a 4.63.
I just ran down the beach watching the guys surf and see what the wave was going, what's happening, you know, and yeah, that worked good.
Connor Coffin now trying to sneak something from this mid-peak. Quick little cover up there. Goes up into the lip, and that's pretty much the telltale of how this heat has been going for Connor. The opportunities just have not been there. You know, a little bit out of sync, just not finding the way. No, there's a lot of work, a lot of travel, a lot going into it. So the positivity has to flow. And here goes Yago. You know, speaking of that, he was just able to kind of win a battle with the priority judge. and get the priority on his name, and got that wave. We'll see if that will better his 5.33, but what is it about this life that is just keeping you so happy and positive and in the game?
You know, like that hard work that we put on, you know, all that stuff with traveling and planes and, you know, where to stay, should I stay here, or, you know, like all the changes with the contest and everything. But, you know, it's just amazing to be able to surf perfect waves and, you know, have like amazing boards, amazing sponsors and everything. Just, you know, how can you complain that?
Best job ever.
Best job ever.
Yeah, well, if you complain, no one's going to listen, right?
Right.
So.
You know, especially the World Tour, when we talk about power surfing and everything, you know.
Last chance here for Michel Bourez as this heat winds down. So we want to thank Felipe Toledo so much for hanging out with us.
Such a pleasure. Thank you guys for having me here.
Thanks, Felipe.
You've got to round off, and you're going to, I'm sure, be watching all the action that unfolds. This heat right here. This was a wild one from the get-go. Yago Dora is going to take the win, edging out Michel Bourez, Coffin.